Hello, and welcome back to the Last Remnant with me, guy with pain in neck, Joe 2. No wait, pain in neck, Joe 2. No wait, that just sounds bad. Either way, welcome to this. We're gonna do this quest. I was thinking of doing hearts first, but I don't know. Hearts seems like it might be hard. Alrighty. Now that hasn't started the quest, by the way, before you get all excited and whatnot. First we have to talk to him, and then we need to go to the warrior town. Head to the pub. Which I actually forgot where it is. I think it's next to the entrance, but it's been so long since I've actually been here. There it is. You don't have really that many reasons to actually visit Gore throughout pretty much the entire game. There's very few side quests here compared to other places. And the story only has you go here, I think, a couple of times if you skip the base conversations. Either way, you talk to the Duke of Gore, and then you go to the pub and talk to the Duke of Gore's messenger, who tells you the Duke of Gore would like to talk to you about the thing he just talked to you about. Because logic, I don't know. Don't ask questions. Either way, now we get the joy of going back to the castle, and I think technically this is a faster way to get to the castle, even though it doesn't take you to it. I wish the cities were more whole instead of world mappy kind of thing. Like you would walk from the pub to the castle directly instead of going to a world map, but I recognize this is an early game, it's an old game, there are some limitations on the console. It's not really that much of an issue. I just lose a little bit of my immersions. Could trigger collapse at will. Oh. Seems reasonable. You have to make certain to pull your own weight. Well, I'm not the one who nearly got killed. Well, actually, I did nearly get killed by the what's his face? The Conqueror, that's his name. I was about to say, well, I'm not the one who nearly got killed by the Conqueror and had to, you know, have medical treatment, but I suppose I did nearly get killed. Fairly brutally, too. So, Duke of Gore will join us, as well as Duke of Gore's weapon, so we may as well show that off, because we will probably have the Duke of Gore, because he's actually fairly good, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's one of the best characters. Either way, let's go ahead and look at party members and check his unit. He's got himself and 2 buddies. His buddies are not really all that special. Kirk's actually got a decent weapon, but
I have many
Duke of Gore
years
here.
of experience
That's
as a
this.
soldier.
Mighty enough to split the earth in twain. It's actually a really nice weapon, that attack stat. So we have to go through here. Dude bro here is going to be annoying about it, or maybe not. Maybe he'll just get confused. I went in a circle. How do circles work? Who knows? So this quest can be slightly confusing if you don't know what's going on. There's 2 ways you can go about doing this. The first way is to look for greater demons / demon kings. The other way is to do exactly what I'm going to do. There's the sword, by the way. You can't walk to it. Because if you walk to it, let's go ahead and demonstrate it, this happens. Teleports you to the back. Actually, it teleports you all the time, but if you go the right direction, which is interestingly the most roundabout path, let's see. It'll teleport you around the area so that you can actually get to it eventually. I was confused for a second, by the way, if you're curious why I was just standing there. So that takes us here. This was not here before. You're not wrong. Like he points this out here instead of, you know, when you get teleported from walking straight forward, but either way. So we're gonna go ahead and go this way. It's a long path. I want that treasure chest, but we can't go that way. There is our first greater demon. He is blocking our path. I would like to not fight him, but he seems to be stationary. So it looks like we're gonna have to actually fight the greater demons in this area. We can, of course, slow-mo past them. I don't know what that's gonna do, because they're gonna permanently hate me, and I don't know if they'll be able to path to me and screw something up. Apparently there's freaking 3 of these, somehow? I don't know, whatever. There's weird music going on right now. Let's see. I don't know what the Duke of Gore is doing. I'm just going to hit things. We're going to have our 2 forward unions try and deadlock the 2 greater demons, and then we'll try and put out some damage here. Oh, that's what happened to my audio. That's why the audio sounds weird. My front panel audio is messed up, so sometimes it gets distorted. I don't know why. Most of the time it seems to work alright. It might be a temperature thing. Because it was fine all winter, and it started getting hot again, and it seems to mess up sometimes, so... And to be fair, I am just sweating, sitting in a chair in my room. This is why in the summer I can't really do longer sessions. Thanks for the heal. Appreciate it, my friend. The Duke of Gore is gonna hit that dude in the face. These dudes actually have a... Oh, they have Thunder Breath. Great. These dudes have a lot more health than I was anticipating. I suppose there are 2 of them in a single union, and they are technically like the giant birds, in that they have like 150,000 health or something by default. Either way, we get to do this. Hopefully I can avoid future encounters with greater demons. It's probably all tiny corridors, so I have to find them. Just to irritate me, basically. You should hear the sound effects on my end. There's some weird distortions going on. Oh, come on. At least we'll get some morale, I suppose. How much damage have we done?
We're up against quite the nasties.
Not very much.
Yeah, everyone's getting hyped! We must fight!
I would like to lower their morale, but Bluff doesn't do any damage, and I'd rather just kill them. Frankly, that's an option. I've got 2 people deadlocked to this for some reason. Do you guys want to do more damage to that one? I mean, technically no, so... But you guys... stay there? Oh, David's the group of well, balls. I don't want to go all the way back and fix David so he's not deadlocked with their own group. Whatever. We'll get there eventually. These guys are slightly dangerous. They do know a few AoE abilities that can be bad. Double block, nice. But they don't seem to really be using anything. They seem to be content with mostly just basic attacks, which I'm content with them using mostly just basic attacks, so... If they want to keep it up, then by golly, go for it. Why did you heal him? I swear, sometimes the AI makes weird decisions. Miracle. A lot of enemies now seem to be casting Miracle when they get low on health, which is annoying. Thankfully they aren't casting the heal when they get low on health, which the Fallen does, by the way.
Are you still with
I think
us?
I've explained the Fallen fight before, and I'll explain it when we actually start fighting it as well, but... it has a set pattern to its end of turn attacks. Every single turn it will do something at the end of the turn. And by turn 7, if you don't have it below 30% health, it will fully heal itself. Which means GG, you've lost the fight. So we're gonna actually punch the other one with Omni Strike because we can. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what we're targeting or what's going on, just hit them. I want to get to the boss fight. Because there's another quest here. Maybe, we may just have a bunch of videos that are just one quest, because I don't think the other quest I want to do is going to be short. It's 2 boss fights.
There's still plenty of
Each
power
fight has
left
3
in this
bosses in it.
notebook.
The first one is not very hard. It's like collectively, I don't know, 200,000 health, which we can deal with easily enough. The second one, though, is collectively like 500,000, so that's going to be a long fight. I think that's going to be its own video as well. In fact, bollocks, I may just start editing these things. Who knew? Alright, so at this point, teleport to another area, turn left immediately, follow the curve around to the left. This appears to be around to the right, but whatever. Follow, okay, this is the curve around to the left it meant. Once again, there's a dude here. I'm going to attempt to avoid him by going slow-mo and hoping it doesn't screw something up. Grab this chest. I think this is actually the chest I wanted earlier, but whatever. Alright. Let our time shift, get back while I figure out where I am. Follow around to the right, ignore all passages to your left. Alright, simple enough. Is there anything down those passages? Doesn't seem to be. Hello. Time shift is back. We're going to employ that to once again avoid that thing, because I don't want to do a billion of these fights. And by a billion, I mean about 6, I think, or something. I don't know. So we get to go down this main tunnel and take the elevator to our right. I don't have a map for this area. This elevator. I'm going to assume it's to my right, and it is an elevator. I hate that forward is forward in this direction, but not forward in the other direction. It constantly confuses me. It doesn't matter which way you grab this, forward and back always go in certain directions, which just makes it awkward. Alright, so we're up here. Top of the elevator ride. The sword is to our left. There she be. Hello, sword. And if you have a map for this area, it could make it slightly easier, but I don't, and I don't care enough. I don't visit this place very much. Hello. So this man decides to trigger a collapse next to himself, which somehow doesn't get him killed as well. Apparently controllable collapses are a thing. This fight shouldn't be very hard. It's one dude with not very much health, considering what we've got here for firepower, and 3 unions of 2 supporting him. So we'll do our traditional, have David go over there, tank that, have everyone else break off, and start trying to whack down some of these support unions as quickly as we can. You know the drill. And then we go start beating on the boss.
Come on,
That's how this
let's
works.
kick some A.
Duke of Gore can do whatever he wants, I don't care. In fact, he can go hit the balls.
Keep it up.
Which is probably what he's going to do, because he's a guest here, and he's probably just going to immediately target the balls. I suppose that's fine. These guys don't seem to have much health either, so... I was expecting at least the support unions to have a decent amount of health, considering the boss doesn't have very much. The boss has kind of traditional, raid locked him. Traditional non-monster health, so it's sub 100k, I think. Or close to 100k, something around there. It's not a giant bird thing that has 200,000, or the Fallen, which has 1.5 billion,
Hurry and circle beside them.
or 400,000, whichever is closer. Whoops. The final fight with the Conqueror, I think, has like 1.5 million health. And has end of turn attacks. I think he has that much health, I could be mistaken, but he has a lot either way. We're already max morale, this is kind of what happens. When we're not getting horribly mauled by end of turn attacks and or dying to AoEs, we seem to be very good morale. Duke of Gore has opted for that. Alright. I guess it helps.
Victory is within our grasp.
It's one less support group that I have to deal with, so sure. You know what? Go ahead and start laying it on the boss here. Actually, attack from afar that one. If it doesn't die, they'll clear it up. I think the other union that's in deadlocked or something can handle it. This dude's got that hammer that Kedman was using for ages. The hammer axe thing. It's not really an axe because it's not sharp. It's not really a hammer either. A curved hammer? Is that a thing? Maybe it is, I don't know. If it is, I want to see one. What does a curved hammer look like? Does it look like that? Maybe. So the group that was told to attack from afar won't hit that because they're dead, obviously. They'll just attack the main boss from afar, which honestly is probably more damage than they would have done otherwise. Duke of Gore, you disappoint me. He's got such a great weapon and such great potential stats. He's actually, he's one of the quote advanced characters if you're doing low BR for the entire game until, you know, at this point in the game you'd be bumping your BR up and training stats and stuff. But if you've been doing low BR, he's one of the characters you want. Just end of story. For me, I don't know. I don't think, well, maybe we'll take him, I don't know, but our BR is already so high that it could be tricky raising his stats. He's got a good weapon though, so that kind of counterbalances some of it. Oops. And good abilities, I think. Could be a mistake on that, but I believe he's got good abilities. Good lord, these fights. They're so long. I do need to be doing way more damage than I currently am though if I'm going to take on the Fallen, and this is a quest right before it, so I suppose they're expecting to be doing more than me.
I hope I've grown stronger than before.
I got room to grow
This
on
is
my
exactly
stat
what I
gains
needed.
though. A rubber cuff. Sure. I mean, I'd like other people to have that as well, if I'm going to be honest. 30% max HP is huge. Especially if you start stacking it with everyone in a party. Alright. There's a Steam announcement. Like how it just vanishes. I wish they had shown us him destroying it, but whatever. Guest union has left the party and the building. So despite the fact he said also can lay traps now, which I don't like that much, but except for mine. Despite the fact he said he will remain here and deal with the problem, you can now recruit him, as you probably figured out already, he's recruitable. Sure, take the stupid glacial belt. Tired of people asking for that at this point. Let's go ahead and... There's gonna be some editing involved in this bollocks here because this boss fight's gonna be like 30-40 minutes and I'm not putting commentary over that again. So let's go ahead and unlock the Hearts quest. So we have to go to Elysian. This is gonna be tedious, by the way. This is also the wrong place. So we'll immediately walk into Elysian and then we leave Elysian. No. Walk here, we go to the pub. We're gonna have to go to a bunch of cities, by the way. So prepare for a bunch of this bollocks. Very exciting bollocks, I'm aware, but we are looking for Haruko, which is another potentially recruitable character after this quest. I don't know what Haruko looks like or if they have red dots over their head. Is it you? It is. It should be you. This is the only other side quest apart from the Fallen that actually remains, so... Hello, look at my cloth. I don't know who this is, but hello. Oh right, the Academy person. I know where a remnant is. It involves a bunch of boss fights though, so there's conversation 1 of a billion. Next we get to go to Melfina. And you know what? Have some editing. Hooray. Hello, Haruko. It's me. Where are you? There you are. I bet she doesn't have a sitting animation, and my cloth is freaking out again. I wonder if the game must be teleporting the player character for these cutscenes, so it's freaking out physics-enabled stuff. Indeed. Our very survival, and now we're gonna wander off to somewhere else. Specifically, the somewhere else is Seperate, the other side of the world. How she does this traveling this quickly, I don't know, but don't ask questions. She's a wizard. So much running around taverns to talk to this woman who doesn't just talk to me somewhere else. Hello, I know she's traveling, leave me alone. Are you happy to see me, or is that just your cloth? Marisi. Sure, we'll go with that pronunciation just for added flavor there. We have to discover the truth. The truth about remnants and what they actually entail. It gives the Conqueror a means of horribly destroying people from within, apparently, so we got that going for us, I guess. We're gonna find out the truth in Athlum, though, so hooray. By the way, we're not. We just need to go to Athlum. Hello, it's me again. Is there a Haruko in here? I've come to speak with your time-traveling wizardry. Hello. I thought she was sitting for a second, but nope. I know, it's so funny. There did used to be a massive sword. You wanna know who has that now? It suddenly disappeared. Yeah, the Conqueror came over here and kinda, stole it. That is his weapon, by the way. When you go to fight the Conqueror, he is using that remnant to murder you. Quite effectively, in fact, because that remnant has the ability to instantaneously kill things. Sadly. We should have been using it the whole time, but either way. Next stop, Nagapur. Are you tired of running around yet? Because I am. I ain't even got to editing this yet. Let's see, and there she is. Hello! It's me again, surprisingly. It did. I don't know if it was a misstep, really. It was commanded to destroy everything. I suppose, that would make it a tool, if you want to get technical there, but whatever. Anyway, back to Seperate we go. We're home. There she is. It's me again. I think she stood the same place last time we talked to her. I suppose that's the easiest thing to do, is just plop them back. I have heard of the mythical remnant of Darken Forest. In fact, we went through there. You stole top secret docs. I don't know if you're trustworthy, Haruko. I suppose she was the director. Make copies of whatever she wants. It's full of dangerous beasts. So we're gonna go ahead and say I'll go with you, and then more editing will be involved. Also that happy face. I'm happy too, can you tell? Hello. Shady types in black robes. That's probably the third... What's it? I already forgot the name of that group. What is it? Third chapter? Third... starts with a C, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Before I start chopping this video into about 7 trillion more pieces, it's already in quite a few tiny pieces, so that's gonna be fun, but before I chop it up some more, let's go ahead and head over here because there should be some dialogue up yonder. I think. Yeah, there she is. Hello, how did you get over here if you're worried about danger? There's a lot of crap behind you, you know? Could this be the power? This entire forest is based on that stupid remnant. If you haven't figured that out, by the way, based on the whole it makes things reality, this forest is its. This is where it lives. So she joins us as a guest unit. If you want to know where the remnant is, it's at the end of the area. We've been there before. She is not necessarily very powerful, as you can tell, because it's just her.
All my stats.
So she's got, you know, fair stuff, she's got decent support arts and stuff like that, but it's just her in the Union. So she's not necessarily very useful, but... So she's not very necessarily very useful. Interruption there. But, you know, extra Union allows me to do flank attacks on multi-deadlock things, but there's going to be some editing. So next you see me, it will be a boss fight. Mayhaps a sped up boss fight, because it's going to be incredibly boring because there's 2 of them. I don't know, who knows. Either way, I'll see you guys when we start trying not to die. Here we are. And presumably so is the enemy that we will then spend about 40 minutes fighting. Yep. This is the zone part of the map that you can't actually see during the storyline. There are enemies here. It's the only place you can actually find these enemies, but I could be mistaken, who knows, they're very creepy. Either way, this is what we are after. This is the heart of the forest, as you could probably figure out based on the fact that there's a giant tree above it. And the whole it makes things come true nonsense. I do hate these enemies, by the way, for reasons that should become apparent to you. We're gonna have to fight that one. We may have to fight the other one as well if that one actually slows us down. I didn't want to fight these. That's actually a rare. Oh. I probably should have checked that before saying we're gonna have to fight this thing. Well... I don't know necessarily, you know what? I'm not gonna record this fight. If I lose, so be it. If I win, it's a rare. We've seen them before. I'll see you when we get to the boss, maybe. If we get to the boss. If you happen to be curious, this is what we got out of the fight. It's actually, as it turns out, that rare is an upgraded version of the boss you fight in this area during the storyline. It's actually still using Irina's voice assets, which is a bit weird, but whatever. Also, Zemicus here took it upon himself that he wants this weapon. However, I don't care about Zemicus. In fact, I should have fired all the generic people, because on PC there's no reason to use them. On 360 you have to use them, but PC, no, we're not giving him that weapon, no. That weapon is pretty darn good by the looks of it, and he is not the one I want to have it, so... Indeed. Third Committee, that's what they're called. It's been like several days since I was trying to remember what these people are called, but it's third committee, isn't it? I don't even know if that was this video, or what will be this video. An efficient way to still your tongue. Well, there you go, third committee. Here we go! This is a series of 2 back-to-back boss fights. The first one should be easy enough. There's 6 arachnids helping them out, I guess? Sure. I don't see that as too much of a problem. Let's see, you lot. Go ahead and lower their morale. Start giving us an advantage here. So these guys are standard generic kind of... Excuse me, standard generic kind of people. They have, I don't know, 70k health, I think? Something around there. We're gonna go with this attack pattern and see how that goes.
Come on.
So they're not really that dangerous. They have, you know, potentially bad attacks, but their actual health pool is low enough that it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Especially if we max out our morale immediately. The fight after this, though, that one, you know, it's probably gonna be problematic, let's put it that way. Nice. The fight coming after this is once again these enemies. We're fighting the same people technically, but they're a bit beefed up. And she's useless. I've explained this already, but she's utterly useless. If she had brought friends, she would have been more useful, but no, she's just by herself. She'll probably die at some point, because that's basically how this works. I wish they had killed that, actually. The fight after this, they have collectively, like, I don't know, 600,000 health or so? Maybe not that much, maybe about 500k. It's a fair amount either way. We did get interrupted, which is unfortunate. Also, we have very, very slightly different unions. It's probably you're probably never going to notice in battle, but some people have been shuffled around within their own unions. Let's get some damage output on Rahas, I suppose. But I've shuffled some people around. You know how it goes. Changed the formations and whatnot. So you guys are deadlocked, right? No, you're not. That's because no one's deadlocked with Cirque. Alright, well you guys go ahead and do that for me. Make sure everyone's doing something. They are. Alright. Good news! Caustic Blast is also good news. I wish Wildfire did the same thing as Caustic Blast. I think I mentioned this before, but... So that's the same thing with Grenade Impact. Why is Grenade Impact not a big AoE? It's only union-wide, that's a bit weird. We should start seeing people, seeing people in crit shortly. Whoa, not Zan. Alright. English. 9 damage. She must have really high defense. And that guy has really high everything now. I think David and Jordan? No, not Jordan. What's his name? I don't know. David and the other really beefy union are both set to highly attack-based formations. Obviously, Rush is in a Mystic formation, and the other two, two. Yeah, the other it's Jordan. Is it Jordan? I don't know. I'm confused. The other 2 unions are set up into a skirmish group, which is pretty good for...
Everybody's getting hyped! We must fight!
We must fight. Let's go down. It's a pretty good union for... or pretty good formation for small unions. They only have 3 people, so they don't have any of the huge penalties that come with that formation. They just have the attack bonuses and stuff.
Well, what?
Also, what's-his-face is the lead of the Union now, so he can summon and use his special remnant-based attacks and whatnot, which do a lot of damage if you're curious. Jaeger, that's his name. It's right there. Herp derp. I had him, or, well, I didn't have him technically, but he used his special ability on the rare that we were fighting. Did like 56,000 damage or something ridiculous like that. Single target, I assume, but still, that's a lot of damage. So that's 2 bosses down, 1 remains. This is the easy part of the fight. As I mentioned, it's the part after this that I'm kind of worried about. Don't know if we're capable of it. I hope we are. If we can't, well, it's a bad sign for the Fallen, I suppose, but... Let's see... Beowulf, that's what it's called. So apparently we're going to do both of those, which is about 1 billion more damage than is actually going to be required to kill him. Unless this is a really good Revitalize. Which I'm not holding my breath out for that. He's not crit yet. There he goes. But he has the same health as everyone else, so... He's actually going to die before they use their specials, isn't he? I have a feeling this grenade impact is going to kill him. Yep. Grenade impact does crazy damage if it crits, even against single targets. Even though it's an AoE. So they deceive you a little bit here by, you know, ending the fight. You're like, wow, that was easy. That's an easy side quest. But wait, there's more. Call now and receive extra. Hello. So welcome to phase 2 of this fight, now with more death. So I believe it's approximately doubled the health of Tamis and Rahos, but Mr. Big Bro Sertva there has quite a lot more than he had before because he is a dragon. Dragons have a huge base health multiplier. So we're obviously, again, we're going to try and take out the support groups first, which in this case is rock shells. I think the dragon has AoEs too. I would like to avoid the dragon entirely if possible. So for this first turn, I'm actually not going to have anybody target the dragon. We're going to have everyone else bugger off. Someone's going to get intercepted. I'm calling it now, but we're going to swap around some deadlocks next turn so we can get the proper people tanking the dragon. Aww, so close. And he got off an acid fist. Curses. That's damage we shouldn't have had to take, but whatever. Now this is not a physical focused union, so I should probably just completely remove their ability to do that at all. These are things, there's a lot of things I should do to make my unions more effective. Fixing the arts they all have access to is one of them, because a lot of people have arts that I don't want them using, and they frequently proceed to use it because they have it. You might be able to paralyze him. Ah, you can. That doesn't stop that from happening though, so, you know, kinda sucks that he was the one that got instantly murdered. Dragon is flanking. Oh, well. There you go.
Hurry and circle beside them.
We need to get someone to res Jaeger as soon as possible, because him being down is a bit of a problem. And if this fight starts taking a long time, then there's gonna be bits that are cut out. You know, beyond this point, obviously I'm not gonna cut out the part where I'm saying there might be stuff that gets cut out. I want them to kill that group. You guys can't act. You guys defend for now. They're the ones deadlocked, right? Yeah. So you guys don't want to heal them. Nobody wants to heal them, so they're just going to be botched for a turn, I guess. That also means we can't swap who they're tanking, and I actually wanted them on the dragon. But I guess we can put David on there now that he's freed up. That was the wrong button entirely. It shouldn't matter though. Rocks are weak to meteors, which are other rocks. Rocks are weak to rocks, if you're curious. Oh, nice. Good job. The botched group got themselves back, and this is why we need this guy paralyzed basically all the time.
What the hell are you doing?
He's gonna be the second target we take down. If we can keep him paralyzed, that would help tremendously. Interesting that these guys don't multi-deadlock. I hope the dragon, well, I don't hope, but I imagine the dragon at least multi-deadlocks. It's freaking huge. It's a dragon. They're all freaking huge, I suppose, but whatever. Emmy has been flanked this time. Who's Emmy taking? I think Emmy's taking Rahas. So let's see. David is free. Go harass the dragon for me. Heal the others. Keep up your HP. Keep up your HP. Do some damage. This is basically going to be the whole fight. Keep your HP up, do some damage. Try not to die to hammer spin. Basically, is going to be our life goal. Also, try not to die to dragon AoEs. That's basically everyone's life goal should be try not to die to dragon AoEs, to be fair, so. I wonder how much damage we've done to Rahas. Probably not enough to even be close to crit. Still haven't gone to the effort of figuring out what percentage of health crit is. I think it's like 30%. I know it's really easy for me to figure out if I just pay attention to the health meters, but ain't nobody got time for that. Alright.
What's this?
So we got someone taking Surtva. Hopefully away from everyone else so AoEs don't start murdering people. I wish this game had an extra level of depth where you could position people.
You're finished!
And I had kind of a, I guess an aggro system maybe to position enemies a certain way, I don't know. I just wish you could position people so AoEs aren't gonna, you know, cleave your entire group. Because that would be unfortunate. So David's taking that, you keep it up. You just want to Omni Strike, that's fine. You can't do anything because you're tanking. I mean, anything special, you know. So we'll just keep beating on this guy. And I suppose because nothing is going to change for presumably the next like 8 turns, I guess I'll just cut this out. It's not going to be very exciting. Well, we're almost done. I hit the wrong button. Almost done with the fight, and then all that will remain is the Fallen. Which surely will go wrong. By the way, Beowulf is ranged. I don't think I mentioned that when I brought it up earlier, but it is a ranged attack. And it does a lot of damage. It's actually interesting that it's ranged. It acts like Ex Machina.
Excellent.
Despite the fact he punches him. So, I don't know. Whatever. I don't know what he learned there. I don't know who you are, but sure, you can have that, I guess. I guess I don't need it. They're still alive. Is there more? Maybe. No, by the way, but maybe anyway. I like the effect on this remnant. They are still alive, though. So there you go. If you come here with the tablet prior to this quest and pick up the dead heart, I thought we'd have to come back and pick it up, but apparently no, we get it here. If you do it prior to the quest will disappear, obviously, because it doesn't exist. So there can't be a quest about it if it's no longer there, so... This is a remarkably good item that I'd love to give to Rush, but... That is for Irina. Arena, whatever you want to call her. It doesn't have to be for her, I can go and equip it, but... Excuse me, she requests it, and frankly it's a lot easier to get good equipment for me than it is for other people, so she can have it. So we can recruit her now if we so desire. I think she's fairly good. I have a list of characters that are good. Is she even on there? No, it doesn't look like she is. Oh well. Most of the amazing characters are, as you would probably imagine, very difficult to get. I won't say who they are. They are unavailable, I think, in the 360 version, but I could be mistaken. Hello. I thought I already did my quest for you. Did I not finish the quest? I didn't finish this quest ever, did I? Oh no, yeah, okay. Parameter bonus. Right. I don't use that guy anyway, though, so I guess it doesn't really matter about parameter bonuses. I wonder if Nora's around and if she gets one. I don't know what that is. Liberty Belts for Blockter? Yeah. We'll give Blockter that belt. Arena will ask for that ring eventually, or that accessory. I don't know if it's a ring or not, but... You know, whatever. The only quest that remains prior to continuing the story now is The Fallen. It's a difficult quest, so we'll see about that. That'll be its own video of unknown length and unknown number of tries. I very seriously doubt I'm gonna one-shot it, or even close to one-shot it, but we'll see. So I guess I'll see you guys then. Enjoy.